श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वसुदेवसुतम् देवम् कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णम् वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. With the abundant blessings of our Periva, we have been studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita for the last few weeks. We have come up to sloka number 40 of chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. In this chapter, Bhagavan started his teaching by chiding Arjuna with lack of courage. Then he started teaching Atma Vidya, because Atma Jnana is the ultimate goal. And once you have a foundation in Atma Vidya, that will help you in all the further steps. That is how he expatiated on Atma Vidya quite a bit. After that, he drew Arjuna's attention to Swadharma. Then he has now entered into the subject of Karma Yoga. Atma Jnana as a path as well as a goal is for Jnanis. Atma Jnana is a goal for everyone. For Karma Yogis, Karma Yoga is a marga. So there are two types of people. This he has repeatedly, Adi Shankara has explained. So Karma Yoga he is explaining further. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह गुरुनन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्. For those whose concentration is on the ultimate goal. Just now we referred to Atma Jnana as the ultimate goal. Vyavasaya is concentration. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, for one whose intellect is ever directed towards that ultimate goal. He never loses sight of the ultimate goal. He is fully focused. For him, Eke he Gurunandana, he Gurunandana, buddhi eka ihe. There is only one buddhi for him. There is only one focus for him. Ihe means in this context. For avyavasayinam, for those whose focus is not, concentration is not proper, buddhayaha. Here he said vyavasayatmika buddhihi. He used the singular. Avyavasayinam buddhayaha. For those whose concentration is diffused, for them the intellects are many. Intellects are many means what? Intellectual approaches are many. Mind gets attracted towards hundreds of things. They are losing the focus. Bahushakha Shanantascha. Those intellects are Bahushakha. They are having many branches. You start with something, then you go into something else as a corollary to that, and so on and so on. And endless, Anantaha. These kinds of activities are endless. So, he defines Vyavasayatmika buddhi here in beautiful words, Adi Shankara, in his Bhashyam. Samyak pramana janitatvat shreyo marge nishchaya swabhava eka eva buddhi. Shreyo marge. You have set your eyes on Shreyo marga, the path of spiritual advancement. Nishchaya swabhava. You have decided to make up your mind. You will not waver. And you have only one intellect. Eka eva buddhi. Your intellect is focused in only one direction. How it happened? Samyak pramana janitatvat. That is the basis. That is why Atma Jnana was taught to you in detail. Pramana janitatvat, the authority, the Vedic authority, and the details of how this is pramana, this is the authority, has all been taught to you. So once you have samyak pramana janitatvat, because this Atma Jnana has got a strong Vedic authority, you have understood it nicely, samyak, then you develop a vyavasayatmika buddhi. For avyavasayinam, what is the explanation Shankara gives? Pramana janita viveka buddhi rahitanam. Those who have lost their viveka buddhi, their power of discrimination, born out of the appreciation of the Vedic authority, pramana janita. This vyavasayatmika buddhi, if you have, itara viparita buddhi shaka bhedasya badhika, you will also be faced with various forces, various attractions, after all, human life. But you will not be swayed from your attention. That is what he said. Itara viparita buddhi shaka bhedasya badhika. Because you have made up your intellect, whatever happens, viparita buddhi shaka, contrary attractions, pulls of the intellect, badhika, it will stop. It will not allow entry into your intellect. So that is the beauty of this. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः. Now what are the various pulls which he had in mind? Avyavasayana buddhayaha. Now Shankara also said, na itara viparita buddhishaka bhedasya. Bahushakha kshanantasya Bhagavan says. What are those bahushakas? He is now explaining. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्ति अविपश्चितः. Vipashchitaha is a very intelligent person, a great scholar. Avipashchitaha is a fool who has not studied properly. So those people, pravadanti vacham, pushpitam vacham pravadanti, yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti. They speak flowery words. What do you say, flowery words? Same, pushpitam vacham. Now here, Shankara uses beautiful words to explain. He says, Pushpita vrikshaha ive shobhamanam shruyamana ramaniyam vacham. Just as a tree which has beautiful flowers on it looks very attractive, similarly, when you hear these words, those words are shruyamana ramaniyam, very attractive. So these people speak that kind of words. Who? Those who are avipashchitaha, those who are fools, those who have not understood Atma Jnana, they speak this kind of flowery words. On what basis? Vedavadarataha. They will quote Vedas. Correct. Karma Kanda in Veda talks about many, many yajnas and many, many fruits. If you perform this yajna, you are sure to reach Swarga. It says. Even now we have those vakyas. Not at all untrue. But that should not be your aim. Don't aim at going to Surga. Don't perform those yajnas for the purpose of going to Surga. Perform those yajnas as Ishwararpana, as we have said before, without looking for the fruit. If you do that, you will get moksha, not Surga. Vedavada Rata Partha, they are Vedavada Rataha, they are so much wedded to those arguments given in Vedas based on Karmakanda. They're so much immersed in it. What they will say? Nanyadasti divadinaha. There is nothing else. They will keep saying. Arre, this is the most important for you. There is nothing else in the Veda. Do this yajna. Go to Surga. They will, because in Shankara's days and in the Mahabharata days also, there was a prevalence of a lot of yajnas being performed. Only after Buddha came, all this Pashuhimsa, etc. came up, and then yajnas started losing their luster. Now, of course, again we are catching up with yajnas. With the blessings of our acharyas, yajnas are going on plenty, particularly in Andhra Pradesh. Many yajnas are going. So, Vedavada Ratha Partha Nanyadastyeti Vadinaha. They will keep on saying nothing, there is nothing else for you to learn from the Veda. There is no other goal to be sought. You go after this. They will keep, and they will use flowery words, quoting from the Vedas. So, don't be swayed away. That is the message. Avipashchitaha alpamesasaha. Poor intellect. अविवेकिनः वेदवादरताः बह्वर्थवादफलसाधनप्रकाशकेषु वेदवाक्येषु रथाः. Because those Vedavakya are so attractive, they give so many different types of fruit. You will get attractive. Na anyat asti. There is nothing else other than this. Swarga pashvadi phala sadhanebhyaha karmabhyaha. If you do this, you will get Swarga. If you do this, you will get cattle wealth. This kind of promises. Swarga Pashwadi Phala Sadhanebhyaha. They will keep saying. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह गुरुनन्दन बहुशाखाक्षनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम् यामिमाम् पुष्पिताम् वाचम् प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपरा जन्मकर्मफलप्रदाम् क्रियाविशेषबहुलाम् भोगैश्वर्यगतिम् प्रति. If you listen to that kind of flowery argument given by these people, what happens? Because you have to explain properly. That is what Bhagavan does. Particularly negatives, you have to explain in full. There is a chapter called Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. There, Daiva Sampat is explained only in 5-6 slokas. Asura Sampat is explained in more than 10 slokas. Why? This is the point. You have to be on your guard always. So here, since these people are using Pushpitam Vacham, you have to be careful. So he is explaining it in great detail. Kamatmana Swargapara Janma Karma Phalapradam. Kamatmana. Their minds are full of desires. Swarga is also a desire. Pashu, etc., cattle wealth is also a desire. Getting progeny on this earth, some yajnas promise you that, some yajnas promise you wealth. So all that is desire. So your mind is overrun by desires. Swarga paraha, your goal is Swarga now, not moksha. Janma karma phala pradam. If you go that route, what will happen? You will be born again and again. The phala, the fruit of your actions is Janma karma. Your karma is having the fruit of repeated Janma. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. Is it a simple activity which they are saying? No. Every yajna, as you know, is written with so many rituals. It extends over many days. There are yajnas which extend over 10 days. There are yajnas which extend over 7 days. And very involved activity. That's what he is saying. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. Special kriyas are there in plenty. Bahula. Bhogaishwarya gatim prati. Gati. The ultimate goal is what? Bhoga and Aishwarya. Enjoyment and wealth. That is what you will be promised. So, tam vacham pravadantaha mudhaha samsare parivartante. Those words which he mentioned in the previous sloka, Pitam vacham. Those who speak those kinds of words, they are fools, mudhaha. Samsare parivartante. They will keep rolling in samsara again and again. They want you also to roll in samsara like them. That is what is conveyed in this sloka. Now, भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तयापहृतचेतसाम् व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते. He is now taking it to its logical conclusion that negative argument, if you follow that path, what will happen? He is now He spent so many shlokas on this subject. He is now taking it to the logical conclusion. Okay, Bhoga Ishwarya Gatim Prati, he said. They will take you to Bhoga and Ishwarya, enjoyment and wealth. Bhoga Ishwarya Prasaktanam. Now, if you get attracted, Prasaktanam is attached. Asakti, Prasakti, attachment. If you get attached to Bhoga and Aishwarya, what will happen? Taya apahrita chayatasam. Your mind is completely robbed by those desires, completely overridden by those desires. Then what happens? Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidiyate. Your intellect has lost its focus. It has become many-sided. Today you want Surga, tomorrow you want something else, a good son. Day after tomorrow you want wealth. There is endless, desires are endless. Bhavajaka anantasya is it. So that kind of focus is lost. So vyavasayatmika buddhi, the focused intellect, the intellect which is supposed to be focused, that is now distracted. Samadhau na vidhiyate. It will not go into samadhi. It is not fit for samadhi. Samadhi is interpreted as antakaranam in this case by Shankara. That means your mind should go inward. Atma Jnana was taught to you for going inward, for experiencing Atma Jnana inwardly, not getting attracted by externals. Now your focus is totally turned from inward to outward towards externals, bhogas and aishwaryas. So, samadho na vidhiyate. Your buddhi, your intellect has lost its inward direction. Taya apahrita chetasam. Now, that is explained like this by Shankara. Kriya Vishesha Bahulaya Vacha Achadite Viveka Prajnana. You have developed some Viveka Prajna, some power of discrimination by whatever I have told you, by your acquiring knowledge from various sources. But all that Achadita, it is concealed, it is covered. Your Viveka Prajna, it is completely covered by what? Kriya Vishesha Bahulaya Vacha. By those words which these people spoke to you, which talk about many rituals and many fruits. Because of them, your Viveka got covered, concealed. It's no longer available to you. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi. Vyavasayatmika he is defining as Sankhya Yoge va ya buddhihi. That buddhi which will take you towards Jnana Marga or Yoga, Karma Marga. That buddhi which would have taken you if you are a Pakwa Purusha, if you are a fit person, it will take you to Jnana Marga. Otherwise, it will take you to Karma Marga and still you will be ending up in the same goal. Now, that is Vyavasayatmika Buddhihi. But that will happen only if you concentrate on Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana goal should never be forgotten. But that is what has happened to you. So, you have lost your goal. कामात्मान स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तयापहृत चेतसां व्यवसायात्मक बुद्धिः समासो न विधीयते त्रैगुण्य विषया वेद निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो Niryogakshema Atmaman. Now, having given you all this background, I have taught you Atma Jnana. I have told you about the need for sticking to Swadharma. I have told you about Karma Marga, Karma Yoga. Now, he is giving the final advice because Arjuna is not a fit person for Jnana Marga, so he is now giving the emphasis on Karma Marga. He presented everything so far. Now he is drawing Arjuna's attention to Karma Marga in a greater measure. He says, Hey Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha. when he says Vedas, you should remember the context. He is not talking about Upanishads or Jnana Kanda. He is talking about Karma Kanda, which we also mentioned a few minutes ago. So those Karma Kanda parts of Vedas are having as their subject Traigunya, the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas are constituents of Maya, the power of delusion which Bhagavan is having. Using that power, he is creating all these worlds and all these human beings, etc. And all these are constituted of only these three. There is no fourth constituent in all this creation, including the human beings. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So this comes from where? Vedas. Vedas are the basis of creation. And if you go by Karmakanda path, they will draw you again into the same Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Because lot of Kriya Vishesha Bahulam, he said, lot of Kriyas will create Rajas in you. And Sattva is there already because they are telling you will get Surga, this and that. So Sattva is already there. Rajas is already there. Tamas is always there in any human being. Every activity has got all these three. There is no activity which is devoid of these three. It may be less. Tamas may be very small percentage. Rajas may be a little more. Sattva may be even greater, even in the best of activity. But it is still there. So all these activities which are dictated by karma kandas are having as their subjects sattva, rajas, and tamas. And you have to go beyond the three gunas. Nistre bhava. Beyond the three gunas, you have to go. You cannot say, I have achieved sattva guna, I have eliminated rajas and tamas, so I am now good. You are not good. That is not enough. You have to go beyond sattva. It is only Bhagavan who is having the special feature of being Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva means pure Sattva. He has no element of Rajas and Tamas. That he has taken on himself, though he is Nirguna, Nirakara, Parabrahma, he has taken this Sattva Guna, he has taken a form for our benefit. That is only for the benefit of the world. The form does not attach to him. He has no attachment to the form. He knows very well that this is only a form. This is only a make-believe. This is a Maya. He knows that. He is very much aware of that. That is the difference between him and even this person who can attain a Shuddha Sattva status. It's very difficult, impossible for a human being to say, I have attained a Shuddha Sattva status. Because he's also going to mention it in a later passage. Every activity has got all these three. Any human activity has got all these. That is why he is saying, sannyasi is rid of all the activities. No activity except meditating on Bhagavan. Because any activity will involve this sattva, rajas, and tamas. So, nistraigunyo bhavarjuna, you should aim at a state where you will go beyond all the three gunas, not immediately. When you start with karma yoga, you will not become nistraya gunya. You will still be wallowing in the three gunas, but eventually that should be your goal. And that goal is being explained nicely here. This is the goal. Nirdvango nitya sattvastho niryoga kshema atmavan nirdvandvaha. You should go beyond the pair. What pair? Pair of sukha, dukkha, pleasure and pain, labha, alabha, jaya, ajaya, he said already. So those are the pairs. You should go beyond those pairs. You should not choose sukha, you should not choose only labha, you should not choose only jaya. That is also not acceptable. You should go beyond. Beyond means equal. Whatever happens, I don't care. My goal is only moksha. Nitya sattvasthaha, always be in sattva guna. Always be in sattva guna. Sattva guna is full of peace, tranquility. A person in sattva guna never gets agitated. He can never harm anyone. No way. He can never speak an unkind word. All his actions are directed toward the well-being of humanity and well-being of himself. That is how Sattva Guna is there. Whereas Rajas is there will be a certain desire prompted activity is Rajas. There will be a certain desire, selfish. Even though he may be working for the well-being of others, he will have in a corner of his mind, it is good if somebody appreciates what I am doing. That self-praise, he will expect. That is Rajas. Tamas is darkness, ignorance, completely losing sight of the goal. That is, and lethargy, not doing anything, even doing violence to others. Himsa. If the desire takes hold of you to such an extent, then you can even harm somebody else. That is tamas. So be careful. Be always in sattva guna. Nitya sattvasaha. Because you have to get beyond sattva guna also. Nisray gunya you have to become. So at least start with this. Niryogakshema atmavan. Niryogakshema. Yoga and Shema are defined by Shankara beautifully. Anupattasya upadanam yogaha. Upattasya rakshanam shemiha. What I don't have, if I get, that is called yoga. Don't confuse with the yoga practices and karma yoga and this and that. They are all having a wider meaning. Here we are talking in this, everything has got a context. So in this context, Yogakshema, when you say the two things together, what does it mean? Yoga means something which you don't have, you are getting. That is yoga. Shema means upattasya rakshanam. What you have got, you want that to be protected. That is Shema. I want to get something, that is yoga. I have got it, I want to protect it, that is Shema. Don't do this, Niryoga Kshema, because that will encourage your attachment to mundane objects. Your focus on moksha will get diluted. So do not worry about your belongings, do not about even your body, even your mamakara, ahankara. Something which fuels your ahankara, something which fuels your mamakara is also yoga. And you want to protect it, that will become Shema. So don't do that. Niryoga Kshema, Atmavan. Atmavan means be firm in your mind. Atmavan means firmness in mind. Apramattaha cha bhava. That is what Shankara says. That means don't get distracted. So this is the advice given to Arjuna in this context. Now he says, Yogakshema pradhanasya shreyati pravrittihi dushkara. Why he is saying Niryogakshema? He is giving the reason. Shankara gives the reason. If you go towards yoga and kshema, shreyati pravrittihi dushkara. It will become difficult for you to stick to your spiritual path. Shreyati pravrittihi dushkara. Dushkara means difficult. It will become difficult for you. Yes, you may make some progress. Instead of 10% progress which you would have achieved, you will make only 1% progress. You will make progress. But that should not be your goal. So forget Yogakshema. Traigunya is defined as samsara by Shankara. Traigunyam samsara. So which is what we also said. Next. Yavanarthavadapane sarvata samprutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. Now he is explaining. See, frequently he is explaining the goal, the Atma Jnani. What is his state? How is his mind? Because that is the goal which should keep you engaged always. So you should not lose sight of that. So he is coming back to that again and again in different formats, in different contexts. Here, in a very beautiful way, he is explaining that. It's very beautiful simile he is using. Yavanartha udapane sarvataha samplutodake. Udapana is a tank. Sarvataha samplutodake. My whole area is flooded. There is a flood around my area. Sarvataha samplutodake. All over my area, it is completely flooded. In that case, I am looking for water in a small tank. Does it make sense? I can get water anywhere. Water is plenty all around me. Now, if I go and look for my own little tank where I have stored water, does it make sense? Yavanartha, that is the meaning. To that extent, whatever you do, that is the meaning. If you look for water, that same meaning will be conveyed in the other case. The meaning which you are attaching to your tank, when there is a flood of water all around you, that is the meaning. Tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vidanataha. Who is the Brahmana? Sanyasinaha paramartha tattvam vidanataha. Definition of Shankara. For that Brahmana, who is a sannyasi, who has understood Paramartha Tattva, who has understood Atma Jnana, who has understood the supreme goal, Vijanataha means he has understood completely, fully. So that Brahmana, for him, Sarveshu Vedeshu, his attachment to all Vedas, here Veda means again Karmakanda. His attachment to Vedas will be like that other person who is attached to a small tank full of water when there is a flood all around him. Similarly, this man is flooded with Atmajnana, the light of Atmajnana. Why will he look for a small lamp of Vedas? He will not. Vedas are only a stepping stone, karma marga. So you should drop your karmas at the onset of Atmajnana, which he is going to tell later on. Karmas will get automatically dropped by you. You don't drop karmas. So karmas will go away from you automatically. Because karma will appear to you like an obstacle. That stage will come. Karma, with same karma which he is now encouraging Arjuna to indulge in, he is asking him to fight a war. That same karma will become an obstacle when you progress at a certain stage, automatically it will drop off. But you are not in that stage. That is why he is defining as sannyasina. For a sannyasi who has dropped all the karma, because he has understood the Atma Jnana fully, Paramartha Tattvam Vijanata. For him, Vedic karmas have no meaning. Just as the tank water has no meaning for a man who is surrounded by flood. So, now he is quoting from Chandogya Upanishad, our Adi Shankara. He says, सर्वं तत् अभिसमेति यत्किंच प्रजा साधु कुर्वन्ति यस्तद्वेद यत्सवेद. Whatever good is there around him, that Brahmanasya Vijanata, whatever good is there around him, whatever good is being done by other people, all that reaches him without his making any effort. Yatkincha prajaha sadhu kurvanti yastadveda. It goes to him, he knows all that. He is aware of that, whatever good other people do. That means what? Whatever Vedic activities which he is now mentioning here, he has already digested all that. There is no need. Just as the tank water is no more needed for him. It is not a question of ridiculing tank water. Tank water was required till yesterday when there was no flood. So, but now that there is a flood, tank water has no meaning. So, similarly, Vedic activities have no meaning today when I have reached Atmajnana. That is what Chandogya Upanishad explains, which Bhagavan is explaining here. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nityasatvastho Niryogakshema Atmavan Yavanartha Udapane Sarvata Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha Karmanyevadhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Phalaheturbhuhu Mate Sango Swakarmane. Very famous sloka. Now he has, he built the background. Now he is addressing Arjuna straight away, addressing all of us straight away. Because we should not jump into the Jnana Marga without being qualified for it. So you are not qualified. For you, the adhikara is only in karma. Karmani eva adhikaraha te. For you. It is not applicable to everyone. For you, the marga of karma is only available to you. Jnana nisthayam na te tava. Now, Shankara is explaining. For the jnana marga, jnana nishtha, to be established in jnana, you are not fit for it yet. So, karmani eva te adhikaraha. When doing that karma, do it with karma yoga, which he has explained earlier. Now he is explaining in greater detail the karma yoga. Ma phaleshu kadachana te adhikaraha karmani eva. Te adhikaraha kadachana ma phaleshu. Your adhikara, your right is to do karma, but it is never in the fruits. Adhikaraha te ma phaleshu kadachana, never. Phaleshu, in the fruits. In the fruits, you do not have any adhikara. That means what? You keep doing your karma, leave the fruits to Bhagavan. Leave the fruits to Bhagavan. That maturity you should have. You should do your karma. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, which Shankara mentioned earlier. All karma, Ishvara Arpitam. Dedicate to Ishvara and do not look for the fruit. Every karma has a fruit. You also know when you started the karma, you know there is a fruit. It's not lack of awareness of the fruit. You are aware. Everyone is aware. But don't expect it. The fruit will come to you, may not come to you, may come to you after 10 janmas. That Bhagavan knows. So do not look for the fruit. That is most important. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu. Do not become a tool for the fruit. First is expecting the fruit. Do not expect the fruit. The second is do not become a tool for the fruit. Yada karma phale trishnamate syat tada karma phala prapte he hetuhu syah evam ma karma phala hetuhu bhuhu. This is the explanation by Shankara. That is, if you have even the slightest desire in the fruit, yada karma phale trishnamate syat, if you have the fruit, tada karma phala prapte he hetuhu syah, then you will automatically become a tool for that fruit. You will do something for achieving that tool means what? You will do something for achieving that fruit, which may not be required to be done as part of your karma. You will do something extra for achieving that fruit. Or you will have that in mind always. I must get this fruit. That he has said, no, don't do that. Ma phaleshu, he has said already. So do not even obliquely. The second one is the oblique reference to phala. Do not do anything, even remotely, which will attract the fruit. Leave the fruit completely out of your mind. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangostu akarmani. Now the question will come. Okay, why should I do the karma at all? You are telling me don't look for the fruit. Don't even look for the fruit even remotely. Why would I do the karma? I keep quiet. That he is saying, don't do that. Mate sangaha, let your attachment not be to akarma, to not doing anything. Why? That he is going to explain later on in third chapter, Karma Yoga, saying, nobody can remain free from karma. If I tell you don't do this karma, you will do some other karma. At least you will do mentally, and you will incur sin or punya, punya or papa, merit or sin. And merit and sin both are chains which will bring you to this world again and again. So you have to get over these pairs, punya and papa, get beyond. For that, when you do the karma, you have to follow this path, not looking for the fruit, Ishvara Arpita, not having a sense of doership, which he has mentioned earlier. Ahankara. Sahankara, he said, for the other people. For you, Ahankara Rahita. No ego, no sense of doership. These are two basics in Karma Yoga. One is not having doership, not feeling I have done this. Second is not expecting the fruit. These are the two basics. So one basic feature he has explained in great detail here, other he has explained already earlier, and he will explain again. The sense of doership should not be there. Now he says, let this not lead you into lethargy. Say, no, I won't do anything. If you are telling me I don't want, I should not look for the fruit, let me not do anything. No, that is not given to you. That choice is not there. Because if I give you the choice, your karma will take you the wrong way. And you will start looking for the fruit in that wrong direction. You will become worse than what you are today. Made sangostu akarmane. यदा हि कर्मफलतृष्णा प्रयुक्तः कर्मणि प्रवर्तते तदा कर्मफलस्य एव जन्मनः हेतुः भवेत्. That is, one who is having desire for the fruit, he is also doing karma. And when he does that karma, he will have to come back to this world. Janmanaha hetuhu bhavet. So to avoid coming back to this world, I am telling you, don't look for the fruit. Now, if I encourage you to do akarma, you will follow that path without your knowledge. That is what he is saying. योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्य सिद्ध्योः समो भूत्वा samatvam yoga uchyate. So how should I do the karma? He said, don't look for the fruit. Don't become even a tool for the fruit. That is, having done a job, I don't want the fruit. But I will go and tell somebody. I will advertise my action. That is also a means of getting the fruit. That is a makarma phalahedur. Don't advertise. There is no need to advertise. There is no need to even keep it in mind that you have done something. That is what he is now telling. Yogasthat kuru karmani. Do all your actions in a spirit of yoga. What is yoga? Let us see what Shankara says. He says, Kevalam Ishwarartham tatrapi Ishwaro me tushyatu iti sangam tektva. Kevalam Ishwarartham. Your action should be only for Ishvara, not for yourself or for anyone else. Yes, you have to do action. The action is decided by Vedas and Shastras. They have given you certain duties. Do those duties. And while doing those duties, dedicate the activities completely to Ishvara. Kevalam Ishvarartham. That is yoga. What is yoga? He is explaining. Yoga Saha. Attachment to Ishvara, all the karmas, that is the way of doing the karma. Tatrapi, even then, even after dedicating to Ishvara, Ishvaro me tushyadu iti sangam tektva. Sangam tektva, he says, na? When you have dedicated your actions to Ishvara, even after that, there may be a small desire in your mind, at least let Ishvara be pleased. I am not looking for any fruit. I am looking for the pleasure of Ishvara. Even that should not be there. Pleasure of Ishvara, don't look for it. Sangam tektva, that attachment also you leave. Ishvaro me tushyatu iti sangam tektva, tatrapi, even that you leave. Phalatrishna shoonyena kriyamane karmani. If you do this way, without looking for the fruit, without a desire for the fruit, sattva shuddhiya jnana prapti lakshana siddhihi. Siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva, he says, na? Siddhi and asiddhi. There you be equanimous, samo bhutva. Be equal-minded in attaining and not attaining, siddhi and asiddhi. That is, you have done your karma in the spirit of yoga, in the spirit of Ishvara Arpana, without even looking for pleasure of Ishvara, sangam tektva, you have done. Then there is something which comes to you automatically, such as siddhi. Something doesn't come to you. Something comes to you, something doesn't come to you. You are not looking for it, but it comes or it doesn't come. There are two stages, two possibilities. Now he is explaining. Sattva siddhiya jnana prapti lakshana siddhi. Here siddhi is not ordinary siddhi, getting wealth and getting swarga, getting progeny. All that is not referred to here. That's not the Siddhi mentioned here. Here Siddhi is Sattva Shuddhija Jnana Prapti Lakshana. Sattva Shuddhija, having only Sattva Buddhi in mind, having purified my mind with completely, having rid of Rajas and Tamas, Jnana Prapti Lakshana, my mind is ready for Jnana Prapti. That is Siddhi. My mind is completely ready for Jnana Prapti. Tat Viparyaja Asiddhi. Opposite of that is Asiddhi. That means my mind is still having remnants of Rajas and Tamas. My mind is not fully occupied by Sattva. I am not still fully ready for getting Atma Jnana. That is Asiddhi. Having done all this, for 10 years I have been following the path of Bhagavan, Karma Yoga, Yogastha Kuru Karmani, Sangam Tektva, I have been doing for the last 10 years. And still I have not got that what Shankara is defining as Jnana Prapti Lakshana. I have not got it. That is Asiddhi. Yes, it may happen. It depends on the person. It depends on the mental makeup. Everyone is not the same. So don't get distracted by this. Samo bhutva. Whether you get Siddhi or whether you get Asiddhi, don't get carried away by that. Samo bhutva. Be equanimous. And you continue. Why? Samatvam yoga uchyate. If you be equanimous, if you develop this equanimous attitude, that is yoga. Ishwararpitam, he said, na? Kevalam Ishwarartham. That is yoga he defined. That Ishwarartham you will be able to do properly only if you, because karma is a continuous activity. Don't think the karma starts at point A and ends at point B. In between A and B, there is C, D, E, etc. will come. Those will take into offshoots. Every karma has got offshoot different karmas. It is how karmas develop. So if you start analyzing and look for Siddhi and Asiddhi in every one of those steps, or even in major conclusive stages, then you will find Siddhi as well as Asiddhi, or you may get only Asiddhi if you are not fit yet. Then I will say, no more Ishwararpanam and all that. Let me look for Swarga. You may get digressed. Don't do that. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Being equanimous in the case of Siddhi and because it will happen. It's so practical, you see. So this is going to happen to everyone. So be careful to be equanimous. Don't get carried away by Siddhi and Asiddhi, by success and failure. Success is defined as Jnana Prapti Lakshana Siddhi. The quality of the mind getting ready for Jnana Prapti. Now that is how Shankara has defined it nicely. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यौ समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते. Dhananjaya is only an address to call, Next. दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणात् फलहेतवः. Now he is dwelling on this subject in greater detail. He brought the essence of it in one shloka. Now that is too much, a concentrated dose. Now he is explaining it more. दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय. Karma which is not Buddhi Yoga. What is Buddhi Yoga? Buddhi Yoga is attaching the karma to only Ishvara and not looking for any fruit, whatever was explained earlier. Not looking for any fruit. Even Bhagavan should get pleased with my karma. Even that expectation not being there. That is Buddhi Yoga. If you have that Buddhi Yoga, and if you compare karma which is not having Buddhi Yoga, that means ordinary karma with desire for fruit. Durena Shavaram. Avaram means inferior. Durena Shavaram means very, very inferior. Durena means from a distance. Very extremely inferior is karma compared to Buddhi Yoga. So now he's praising Buddhi Yoga, make it more attractive so that you will follow that path. So psychological pressure he is extremely using here and there, cases you will see that. So that's to emphasize that aspect is Durena Shavar, that is extremely inferior. Should follow the ordinary karma route, looking for the fruit, etc. That is extremely inferior to Buddhi Yoga. Buddhau Sharanamanvichya Kripanaha Phalahetavaha Kripanaha Phalahetavaha. Those who are looking for the fruit, those who become tools for the fruit, they are Kripanas. What is Kripana? Dinaha. That means they are pitiable. Kripana we defined as a miser last time. It has got several meanings. Original meaning is miser. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha. There we said it is lack of courage. Here it is pitiable state. Those people who are pitiable. Who? Those who are looking for the fruit. So what you should do? Buddhau sharanam anvichya. Take refuge. Sharanam anvichya. Take refuge in Buddhi. Buddhi means what? Buddhi Yoga means all that we discussed so far. Not looking for the fruit, dedicating to Ishvara. That is Buddhi. Buddhi Yoga. योग विषयायां बुद्धौ दत् परिपाकजायायां वा सांख्य बुद्धौ शरणम् आश्रयम् अभय प्राप्तिकरणम् अन्विच्य. This is the explanation. Buddhi, where you should have your buddhi, yoga vishayayam, whatever yoga which I have explained, direct your buddhi there. Tat paripakajayam, and it will lead to a fruit of jnana. Now, if you are already having jnana, sankhya buddhau sharan, if you are fit for jnana, don't do karma, go to jnana marga. Sharanam, what is Sharanam Anviksha? Take refuge. That is also defined. Sharanam is Australian, refuge. Abhaya Prapti Karanam. Once you have taken refuge in that, your fear is completely gone. What fear? Fear of death, fear of coming back to life again on this earth, etc., etc. All those fears are completely gone. If you follow, if you take refuge in Buddhi, Tasmat Buddhau Sharanam Anviksha. Phalahetavaha Phalathrishna Prayuktaha. Now he is quoting from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He says, beautiful. There very famous passages are there in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad where Sage Yajnavalkya is advising Gargi, his wife. He says, Yova Yetadaksharam Gargi Abhiditva Asmalokat Traite Saha Krapana. He is Kripana, he is pitiable. He is defining who? Etat Aksharam Aviditva. This Parabrahma is Akshara. Akshara means indestructible. Kshara is destruction. This indestructible Parabrahman, without knowing Aviditva, without knowing Parabrahman, Tasmal Lokat Praiti, if he leaves this body and leaves this world, he is pitiable. The very aim of human life is to attain this jnana. Now he is left without fulfilling this goal. He is Kripana, he is pitiable. That is what he is telling Gargi. Yova yetadaksharam Gargi aviditva asmaloka prete sakripanaha. So don't become a Kripana. You take refuge in Buddhi. बुद्धि युक्तो जहाति है उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम. बुद्धि युक्तः यह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते जहाति. बुद्धि युक्तः, if you follow this buddhi yoga, that is performing karma as Ishwararpana and not looking for the fruit and not claiming any sense of doership. If you have all these aspects in your karma, Then what happens? Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite Jahati. Sukrita is Punya, Dushkrita is Papa. Merit and sin. Ubhe, both. Jahati. He removes, he gets rid of. Actually, Jahati means he kills. He gets rid of both Punya and Papa if you follow this path which I have told you, that Buddhi Yoga. Because you have given the fruit to Ishvara, you are not claiming any fruit, you are not even bothered about the fruit. It's the fruit which decides Punya and Papa. So, having got rid of the desire for the fruit, you have got rid of the concept of Punya and Papa. What a great development. Now, that's what he said. Tasmat, because of this reason, yoga, just always attach yourself to yoga. Yoga means this procedure which has been explained, karma yoga. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. If you do this, that is the correct way of doing karma. Kaushalam means efficiency. Everybody can do karma. Everybody is doing karma. Crores of people are doing crores of activities. Well, that cannot be described as efficient activity. What is efficient activity? Efficiency among activities, karmasu kaushalam, is yoga. The way I have described. That way, if you do, that is the efficient way. Why it is efficient? Because it will reach me towards the goal. That also nicely Bhagavan is, Adi Shankara is saying, Yoga hi karmasu kaushalam swadharmakhyeshu karmasu vartamanasya. You are sticking to your swadharma. Siddhya siddhyoho samatva buddhi. You are not looking for siddhi and asiddhi. You are developing equanimous intellect. Ishvaraarpita chayataha. You have developed, dedicated every activity to Ishvara. Taya tate kaushalam kushala bhavaha. Having done all this, is it not efficiency? You have not deviated from any of these conditions. That is kushala, kaushala. That is efficiency. Samatvam yoga vichyate, he said. Here he said yoga karmasu kaushalam. It's not as if he is defining yoga in different ways. He thought same way, different aspects, different characteristics of the same person, isn't it? The person is scholar and wealthy. If you say, these are two different characteristics. Similarly, samatvam is one characteristic of yoga, that is sukha dukhe same kritva, like that. Sukha, dukha, etc. samatvam. Now here he is talking about karmasu kaushalam. That is, how to do that karma, follow that procedure. Because even in ordinary sense, even mundane sense, you call somebody kushala, efficient, only if he does a particular activity efficiently, isn't it? A mason should do a proper masonry work, then he is a good mason, efficient mason. Similarly, now a good karma yogi, he has taken to the path of karma yogi, efficient. When he will become efficient? Only when he is doing this in the form of this yoga which I have mentioned. Siddhya siddhyoho samatva buddhihi ishwararpita chayataha swadharmakheshu karmasu vartamanasya. You should stick to your swadharma. All this are constituents of kushala bhavaha, efficiency. Tadhi kaushalam yati bandhasvabhavani api karmani samatva buddhya svabhavat nivartante. Why it is kaushalam? He is explaining further. That bandha, karma bandha, the bondage of karma, you have broken it. That is your efficiency. Samatva buddhya, because you have been equanimous in the face of victory and defeat. Because of that equanimity, you have got rid of that karma bandha. That is your efficiency. Bandhasvabhavani api karmani samatva buddhya svabhavat nivartante. Tasmat samatva buddhi yuktaha bhavatvam. That is the final conclusion. Therefore, be attached to samatva buddhi only. That is buddhi yuktaha. Buddhi yuktaha has started, na? So he is explaining that. Now, I picked up sloka number 30 from Niti Shatakam in this context for explaining the particular context. In Niti Shatakam, you have got more than 100 slokas. Not every one of them is capable of being explained as explaining the content of a particular shloka in Bhagavad Gita. It's not correct. But since we are also into Niti Shataka simultaneously, as directed by Acharya Swamiji, we are picking up something which is nearest so that we understand what Niti Shataka is telling us. Niti Shataka is a little more practical, mundane level, whereas we went into very high Vedantic level here so far. But that is a step in the right direction. So he says, Durjana parihartavyo vidyaya bhushitopi sanne Marina bhushita sarpaha kimasavuna bhayankaraha. Durjanaha parihartavya. In all this, keep good company. That is very important. All this sounds nicely as long as you are in good company. But the moment you get into bad company, he will make that Vedavada Rataha, etc. He will make Swarga look attractive. He will make so many things look attractive. So Durjanaha parihartavya. You should be careful to avoid an evil person. Vidyaya bhushitopi sanna. Even when he is adorned with Vidya, he may have knowledge. This other person also had a knowledge of Veda, Karma Marga, Karma Kanda. He has. And he is taking you the wrong path. Vidyaya bhushitaha api. Even if he is adorned with Vidya, he should be avoided. And he is giving an example. Marina bhushita sarpaha kimasavuna bhayankaraha. A serpent is adorned with money, a gem. Is it not terrible? Simply because there is a gem on the head of the serpent, on the hood of the serpent. Does it make the serpent agreeable to us? No, it is still terrible only. Similarly, you should avoid the durjana. Manina bhutita sarpaha kimasavuna bhayankaraha. Is it not terrible? He is asking a question. So, दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाफलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्. We stop with this. Time is up. If there are any questions, we will continue, of course, tomorrow morning, 7:30 IST. If there are any questions, let us address.
Unmute and ask questions.
Shri Guru Namaha. Swami, Mama, I would like to actually I would like to again understand the Niti Shastra sentence. I was not able to grasp it. The last one, the money on the hood of the Naga. Yeah.
No, if there is a gem on the hood of the serpent, we want the gem, no doubt, but we don't want the serpent. So the serpent does not become attractive to us because of the gem. Similarly, an evil man does not become attractive, though he is having Vidya. Vidya is attractive, Vidya is good. Though he is having Vidya, but he is taking us on the wrong path, so he should be avoided. Like we are avoiding the Sarpa. That is the context.
Okay. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Like Niti Shatakam, last week you have mentioned about the Apastamba Stotram.
Can you put your video on? It is better to see while answering.
Rajni, can you please stop sharing? Rajni?
Yeah, tell me now. Tell me.
Last week you have talked about, you have shown this one from Abhastamba Sutram also. Abhastambam. Abhastambam, is it a part of Yajurveda, or it is like Niti Satakam, it is also a separate scripture?
No, that is called Dharma Shastra. Apastamba, many rishis have written different Dharma Shastras. Apastamba Dharma Sutra comes under that category. It is an explanation for Vedic rituals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions, please?
No more questions. Okay, so we close for the day. We meet again tomorrow morning, 7:30 IST. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Sri Mahatripura Sundarye Jaya Jaya.
Thank you all for joining. See you all again for the next session. Hara Hara Shankara, Jai Jai Shankara. I'm ending the meeting.